Well, my EOS-R came in today, and that's what I'm recording off of right now. This is done in 4K and 30 frames a second. And what I find amazing is I mean, I literally took the camera out of the box, popped the battery in it, and spent maybe, I don't know, 20 minutes going through the menus. I updated it to the newest version. I got that done right away. And then I went outside and did some shooting. And I was out there for about 4 or 5 hours shooting photos. And oh my God, the autofocus is just, I mean, it's on. I mean, it's amazing. I would say it's, oh boy, 10 times faster than the Canon 80D. I had my 100 by 400 lens on there. I even had the 1.4 extender. And the focus was just fast compared to it being on my Canon 80D. It was really fast. I turned it to silent mode so you don't hear no click, 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 click. And I started hitting my button. And I was sitting there going, well, is it taking pictures or isn't it? I seen the red light flashing. When you look through the viewfinder, you actually see the, kind of looks like an earthquake where it shakes to let you know that it was actually taking a picture. I thought that was a nice touch. But it was like when I handheld it and I picked it up and I zoomed around at a bird, I zoomed at a squirrel. I mean, I was literally going like this, you know, and the focus was just bang, 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 bang. I never seen anything so fast in my life. And taking photos was very pleasant. It was very quick. I found myself not even really waiting. I mean, I'll let up with the Canon 80D and just let her go, and it only goes so long and then it'll stop. And then I got to wait for the red light to flash to catch up to put all the pictures on the card. Now, this is a 28 meg card, and it is 300 milliseconds in the EOS-R. I mean, it's one of the faster ones and one of the more expensive cards. I think it was $200. And that I'm sure has a big idea that, I'm sure that's part of it. But just the 5 or 6 hours of me playing with it today, and now doing this video, I mean, I'm just amazed. Now, one problem I have right now is I have a big monitor up here, and usually it shows my information on the monitor, and I don't have that, but it's on the back screen. Where with the Canon 80D, when you plugged in an HDMI, the back screen completely went up and you've seen everything on the monitor. So I'm going to have to maybe go to Facebook, ask a couple guys how I make sure that's turned on, or can you turn it on with the EOS-R? I'm not sure yet. I do have a couple questions. And I did email the 2 companies that process raw files. When are they going to release an upgrade for the CR3? I really don't want to sit there and start converting files if I don't have to. But going from a crop sensor to a full frame, oh wow, the pictures just, I'm not kidding, they jump. It really, really is amazing. And I'll keep coming back with bits of information as I run this EOS-R, but all the guys that were making bad reviews about this camera, I'm like scratching my head. I mean, it cost $2,000, and I'm running a very cheap lens on here right now to record with, and I'm impressed with it. I really am. I mean, just the autofocus was amazing when I was taking photos, and some people are saying, oh, it's good for real estate, it's no good for wildlife. I have no idea what they're talking about. I mean, I had the 100 400 on there, and I brought it around, and it focused on those birds like nothing. I mean, with the Canon 80D, I was always struggling to get that on there, but not with the EOS-R. So far, I have no regrets with buying it whatsoever. And no. So if you're considering the EOS-R, I don't know, don't listen to those guys, man. I mean, maybe they're looking for the perfect camera, and you know, they only want to pay $2,000 for the perfect camera, and that just ain't gonna happen. I mean, you get what you pay for, and you know, you want dual card slots because that's got them all upset because they don't have 2 card slots. I've never had a card slot ever go bad on me, but you know, I'm a hobbyist. I'm not a professional, so I'm sure they'll all wait for the next Canon camera to come out in another 4 or 5 months or whatever, and that one will be $5,000 like the what is it, the DX1? What is that one called?
1DX.
Oh, the 1DX, yeah. I like the 1DX. And I'm sure it'll have more, but compared to going from the Canon 80D, and I paid $1,200 for this camera when I got into it, it's not that anymore. You can probably pick these up all day long for $500–600 used now. This served my purpose, and I really learned a lot with that Canon 80D. I learned about my menus, I learned about, you know, my ISO. I learned a lot with that camera. And now I've gone to a full frame. I'm just like, wow, this is amazing. Now, if you've never shot with a DSLR, I'd say go pick up a Canon 80D. And I'd say go play with that for 6 months or a year. I mean, because you can pick these things up everywhere right now for probably $500, $600, $700. You know, buy a couple cheap lenses and get the hang of it. Don't go out and buy those big expensive L lenses. I mean, you could run a YouTube channel. You could take photos. I mean, get used to it. I mean, understand it. That would be the way to go to me. And then once you grow out of this and you understand your menus perfectly, I mean, it feels really good. You know, you pick up the EOS-R, you open the back, and you're like, oh, I know what all this means. I mean, that's nice. That's a good feeling. I remember when I got the Canon 80D, I sat there and I said, well, okay, what's that do? What's that do? And I must have watched 1,000 videos. It was crazy. But now I've gotten so... Before this, I had a Nikon. And I couldn't get that thing focused worth nothing when I wanted to make video. It was horrible for video. And I went to Nikon because my wife had Nikon. Well, she's got it. I might as well get the same one, save money on lenses, right? You know, when I picked up this Canon 80D and I went from the Nikon, I just went, oh my God, the menu system's so much easier. And that's why I went and picked up this point and shoot later. I mean, that was it. I stuck with Canon after that. It's just my preference, but I found it to be much easier to use. Now, when I pick up my wife's Nikon and I go through her menu system, I actually fly through that pretty quick now. But if you're new to cameras, no, I didn't fly through it very quick at first, and I tried. I mean, I tried for 3 months, and I just couldn't get used to it. Now that I understand what everything means, it became pretty easy. And I see why some of these guys, you know, they'll switch over to Sony, and they'll switch over to these. I mean, it doesn't matter what camera they run. They know what they're doing now. You know, they've gotten to the point of being professional. But I don't regret buying this EOS-R. It's only been 1 day. Like I said, I was out for 4 or 5 hours. And I'm like just amazed at the autofocus, how quick it is. And I thought one thing was cool. When I put my eye up to the viewfinder, the back screen would shut off. I thought, what a nice touch. You know, it's not blinding your eye when you put your eye up there. You take your eye away from it, then the screen lights up. There's some nice touches in this camera that I don't think anybody talked about that on the videos I watched. So I don't get it. It's like every time Canon releases a new camera, they're just out to degrade it, I guess. It's like I can't believe any of those guys. I don't know. I love it. I think it's great. Even when you look on Facebook in the EOS-R group and you look at the photos some of those guys are uploading, they jump. They're amazing. Anyhow, there's a quick little review on since I've had the Canon EOS-R. And you'll see me using it all through this from now on. I'll probably use the 80D for time-lapse, maybe some video taking, stuff like that, because now I could do 2 shots from 2 different directions. But I probably won't use the 4K a lot. I just wanted to do it in 4K right now to take a good look at it. But anyhow, I'm so glad it came in. And it came in 1 day, by the way. B&H had shipped it in 1 day. It was in the mail Monday. It was here Tuesday. I was pretty impressed by that. Had to sign for it. So I had to wait around for it and sign for it. So I guess they wanted to make sure nobody was going to steal it on you. All right. Catch you guys on the next one. And go check out these Canon 80Ds. They're dropping. Catch you later.